Rewinding the clock back to a simpler time before smartphones were a common scenario, do you remember people flexing out their flip phones? Ah, yes. Hardly anything nowadays can compare to the satisfaction you got while being able to hang up the phone with a quick jerk off your wrists. Remember the classic Moto Razr that had the whole world wrapped around its hinges? Not only did those phones feel satisfying, but they looked effortlessly cool as well. Unfortunately, the hype started dying around 2006 when smartphones were quickly replacing phones like the Moto Razr, as they came with better hardware and practical usage scenarios. However, in recent times, the nostalgia hit hard when we noticed a new wave of folding smartphones re-emerging with the promise of combining that retro and compact foldable design with advanced technology. With all these, one cannot help but stop and think, is this a fad? Or are the foldable phones here to stay for good? What could the future hold? Well, let's find out, shall we? Are you struggling to explain your idea? Your audience is not getting what you're trying to say? An animated explainer video is a perfect solution for you. Explainer videos simplifies any complex ideas through engaging animations, transitions, voiceovers, and meaningful scripts, which altogether create a fun experience for any viewer. And here comes 10 Studio, a team of skilled professionals dedicated to creating engaging explainer videos. With over thousands of completed projects, we have the expertise to create explainer videos that break down your message and connect with your audience. Get in touch with 10 Studio today. According to a report from IDC, the demand for foldable phones is on the rise, with around 1.9 million units shipped in the year 2020 alone. With this result, the tech analyst has predicted that the foldable phones market will easily reach 27.6 million units, which would accumulate a value of $29 billion, that too by 2025. The credit for this immense growth can be easily given to the recent success of Samsung, who apparently took the world by storm with their newest foldable flagship smartphones. For instance, the brand new design language of the Flip 4 got customers running around in circles, wanting one for themselves due to the pocketable compact size, a larger second display, and the surprising $999 price tag. The Fold 4, on the other hand, also went through a number of improvements, but due to the higher price tag, couldn't see much traction. However, despite their market share, we can see a solid opportunity for vendors with foldable phones. You see, from the point of view of a consumer, foldable phones easily represent the most visually iconic change to happen to a smartphone in years. And when you see the commercials where they showcase the foldable phones as a solid replacement for both a phone and a tablet, there's a very low chance of anything going wrong. According to Anthony Scarcella, the research manager with IDC's worldwide quarterly mobile phone tracker, the recent success of the foldable devices from Samsung has breathed new life into said category as competitors are in a rush to enter the market. With their recent inventions, Samsung has proven that they can generate consumer demand for foldable phones with a combination of the right price and a stable build. And apart from Samsung, we saw many other manufacturers coming up with their own twist on this piece of nostalgia. And with that comes an obvious expectation that the playing field of Samsung is being evened out. However, it's no surprise by now that regardless of the consumer base, the foldable era is back, and they're here to stay for good. Nabila Popal, the research director with IDC Worldwide Tracker team, expected the year-on growth to be 80% in 2022 alone, and she wasn't wrong. This makes you wonder about the actual selling point of a foldable phone in 2023 from a business perspective. You see, when you provide a phone that tingles the sense of nostalgia of your consumers and comes with a more compact build without having to compromise the screen real estate, you got a pretty solid formula in your hands, don't you think? Speaking of thinking, here's the real question. Can the benefits be so good that they outweigh the comparatively higher price point in the market? Now, the phones that fold come with an extra perk, where the screens are a lot larger than your average smartphones. For example, the Fold 4 from Samsung comes with a display of 7.6 inches when open and 6.2 inches when closed. Compare that to an iPhone and you'll see what we're on about. The unique feature of the Fold 4, however, is its popular Flex mode, which allows basically any app to automatically adjust to fit the loaded screen, which gives browsing YouTube a whole new meaning, while aiding on activities that require the use of a stylus pen. Now, the consumers aren't the only ones who are getting advantages from the foldable lineup. Since these phones deliver a bigger screen on smaller packages, they're a target for device makers and carriers alike. Since, for example, consumers prefer to watch videos on platforms like TikTok on a larger device, and wealthy subscribers are almost guaranteed with carriers like Verizon. Now, this pops a question. Why haven't these devices gone mainstream yet? Well, with new technology, what usually happens is it takes a bit of time to work out all the bells and whistles, thus requiring a good number of experiments before the phones become accessible and attractive to the general population. Considering the price of a generic foldable phone that starts from $1,000 and can reach as high as $2,000, the competition can get pretty stiff in a market where you can get a premium smartphone for much less. In order for them to become mainstream, it's obvious that the prices need to be getting cut down to an average selling price of $400, since this is the price segment that drives over 70% of global smartphone shipments. Now, as time goes on, the prices are sure to see a decline as more competitors chime in with an increasing demand. However, till then, higher prices will continue to deter potential customers from taking a chance on something innovative, to say the least. Now, let's take a small trip back to memory lane. The year was 2004, and the emergence of the Razr V3 made everyone realize that cell phones can be used as a fashion accessory as well as a communication tool. Crafted out of aircraft-grade aluminum, the V3 has been a signature icon for the combination of form and function. But unfortunately, the concept faded away in time, and people preferred more of a blocky screen with smartphone-related attributes. Fast forward to the present, and we can see Samsung suddenly dominating the market by using the sense of nostalgia and introducing old-school themed phones that come with modern amenities. Flip and Fold has no competitors to begin with, so the whole process went as smoothly as it can get. But they showed Motorola that the market for flip phones has not died down just yet. As a result, the pioneers who popularized the foldable phones came up with their own revamped version of the Razr and titled it Razr Plus. And suddenly Samsung had a strong and reliable contender since the king came back for his lost crown. Not just that, China-based tech companies OPPO and Honor also participate in leveling the playing field, with OPPO Find N and Honor Magic 5. And should Apple decide to jump in with their golden touch that can ignite new markets, it's only a matter of time before things get snowballed. This ongoing feud makes us, the customers, wonder if this is the future. Are foldable phones coming back? Are they going mainstream again? We sure hope so. With foldable phones picking up momentum with each passing day, the demand is scaling along equally. With the demand and more competitors, it's a matter of time till the prices lower and phones get more accessible. A matter of time being a couple of years at least. But however, by then, if all goes well, foldable could very well be the norm. And we wouldn't be surprised if you're watching this video a few years later with a foldable phone. Whatever the case may be, do let us know, as we'd love to hear from you. And as for everything else, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.